Is the metaverse something diabolical?
Diabolical.
Is the metaverse something diabolical? I just want to say Mark Zuckerberg has always looked like super evil to me. In all honesty, like
That's a fact.
yeah, he looked like one of those. I'm not even gonna say what else. Yeah.
I said,
All
y'all
right.
better be careful. This is the internet.
I know. That's why I said, you know
Yeah.
what? Let me not even go there. All right. So, is the metaverse something diabolical? Whoever wants to
Man.
start, go ahead.
I miss Tom.
Yo, it's a real one.
Tom never
They
tried to
don't,
take over the universe.
they don't know about Tom.
Tom
Oh,
fixed every problem or started a problem.
everybody's friend.
Everybody's
First friend, bro. First friend.
What a guy. What a guy.
Anybody want to jump in on the question?
I'm not gonna lie. I think diabolical may be a strong word. However, we're definitely veering to the end of the world. Like, have you guys ever watched the show Black Mirror? And do you guys ever feel settled watching that show? Knowing that the woman was able to get her husband, a version of her husband from the dead, and be able to have him with her and do husband and wife things with this creature. This is what I think of when I think of the metaverse. Being able to have the benefits of leaving your house without actually leaving your house, able to have a man without leaving your house. Although I think diabolical is a strong word, like diabolical is a 10, we're at like a 9.5. We're not too strong. So I do believe we're creeping over to that side.
Where do you think it could possibly go wrong, though? Because, I mean, to be fair, you know, they're saying, oh, well, you get to experience some, you know, things that you would have to pay for, you know, like a lot for example, I know NBA is trying to they've been trying to implement virtual reality for a long time, but now they're going to go forward with it in different sports league, not just the NFL. I mean, not just the NBA, but the NFL, NHL as well. So you get to experience the game as though you're at the front row or even in the game at some points. And you've seen you'll see like people like doing like walkthroughs of like how video games might look and all these things. So like at what point do you think it crosses the line?
So I was reading something and it was talking about how dead this idea was prior to it even starting. It was basically talking about the access that these wealthy people will now have to you as a person. Because yes, they may have access to our location, but then even trying to, I know I've heard something like scanning you into meetings. I feel like there's something extra that has to go on there in order to get you into those meetings for, like if you're at a work meeting. At least this is what I read. That where the possibilities are going to go. And so I feel like if we're reaching that point, I don't know. There's just something that feels unsafe. Whether it's like our body being exposed to certain types of radio waves for like physical, or even just having excessive access to us as a person, like to us. I don't know. I just feel like that's where it can go very wrong.
I did read that too, that Facebook is trying to implement the metaverse for working, so their employees might not have to go into like the office itself. They're just going to scan in and walk around the office as though they're at the office.
And then I don't know if you guys have also seen on Black Mirror, a lot of times they would put like a permanent chip in your head.
Yeah.
And listen, that just sounds like the mark of the beast. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know. It just seems like we're coming down to the end.
I think my concern is humanity. Just because, like, okay, no, that's so real. Because There are aspects of humanity that I feel like virtual reality just cannot get a grasp on. Like, there's a joy to going to a basketball game and being in the crowd and hearing everyone screaming and you're screaming too and everyone's excited. Like, you're not gonna, no matter how they put it, you are not getting that same experience sitting on my couch looking at it through whatever, AI, whatever. You're not gonna get that same experience. That, and it makes me worried for how callous people will become. We're already seeing generations of people becoming more callous in that they are not able to sympathize, empathize, or put themselves in other people's shoes enough to realize that, hey, maybe this is not okay. Okay? And that's not to bring up the Travis Scott situation, but that's to bring up the Travis Scott situation. Because in my head, I can't understand. And I'm not talking even about Travis Scott. I'm talking about the people in the audience. Like, did it not occur to anyone to like stop? like you see a person falling in front of you and it didn't occur to you to help them get up. You just stepped over them and kept pushing. Like, there's a lack of compassion across the country that is just dwindling and going away. And I'm concerned that if it becomes completely virtual, the little daily reminders of that need for empathy and sympathy and compassion just completely go away. So when people finally are in front of each other face to face, one, we're going to see the depression, the anxiety, all of that is going to continue to skyrocket. That's going to happen. But then we're going to see crime rates go up because people don't see people as people anymore. They can't, your brain eventually is not going to be able to differentiate between virtual and real. And people are like, oh, it's not that deep. It is that deep. Whatever you train your brain to consistently do and think about, that is what your brain is going to consistently do and think about. So if you're consistently thinking virtually or in a virtual world, which is why we're seeing such struggles with kids now with the day-to-day social interactions, how much more are we going to see if the whole world works towards that virtual way? People aren't going to know how to function. People aren't going to know how to care. Like, that's where my biggest concern is. Where's humanity going to go?
The psychologist in you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Beyonce.
oh yeah. So you know how, like, remember when COVID first came and we had the vaccines? Everyone was suspicious about the vaccines. And they're like, "Oh, we're gonna die." People are still suspicious about the vaccines.
Well, it's still going on.
Yeah, still going on. Remember when it just first started? Ryan was like, "Oh, no chance." They came out with the vaccine way too fast. Nah, no chance. Right there, everyone was more alert about it. They were more cautious about it. Then it got got in the way of their regular lives. Right, New York, you got to show a vaccine card. You got to get tested multiple times. Have a stick shoved up your nose every single other day. That's a lot of work, and it becomes a hindrance, right? And, humanity, we like to choose the path of least resistance, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I feel like, yeah, rightly so. We're all going to be very cautious about this whole metaverse. But then it's going to get in the way of life, and then the majority of people are going to be like, "All right, bring it on. What's virtual life looking like? Because real life ain't it, right?" Or something in the workplace or in their social lives, it's going to impress upon them to join into the metaverse, right? Whatever that is or will be, right? It's just going to be like how a lot of people, even though they're cautious of the vaccine, they took the vaccine anyway, right? They're like, yeah, I took the vaccine, but I'm still cautious. I'm still wondering how my body feels day to day, month to month. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I wanted to eat out. I wanted to travel. So everyone's concerns are rightly so justified. And I think that we all should keep a watchful eye of what's going on with these big tech companies or big pharma companies, any conglomerate, big, huge conglomerate. right? But I mean, that's all for everyone to just free make decisions for themselves, really, if they want to participate in such activities.
That's a good point. Joe, you can finish this up.
I mean, nah, these are some great points I've heard. I think technology is too strong already. To the point where I could be thinking about pet food and I'll get ads for pet food for the rest of the week. You
Right.
don't got no pets. That's crazy.
No, it's literally thinking about it at this
Nah,
point.
bro,
I
at this
tested
point,
it. Like,
That is so
nah, for real.
all our phones are now going to show us pet food ads.
For the rest of the week.
For the rest of the week.
Too strong. And now they trying to make it stronger. I mean, I was thinking about the possible crimes people are going to start committing. You probably case somebody's house without leaving your house. That's kind of crazy. You could like see the entrances and stuff. You could probably even, you know, those Nigerian prince scams. Old ladies are old. They about to get scammed even worse. Like, imagine you could put on an outfit, you could look like a Nigerian prince. I don't know, but yeah, this technology is too strong, and I'm all for the advancement of technology, but sometimes it's just too crazy. I think this is one of those instances where it's just too crazy. The cons might just outweigh the pros with this one, but you know, I'm gonna keep a close eye on it. If Tom gets on, I'll get on. But yeah.
So basically, you're one of the people that
Deontay
were talking about.
it's interesting though, because like even with like EVs, so I think of Tesla, right? Like everybody was like, I would never hop in a self-driving car. Now Uber and Lyft, I believe, just did a deal with Tesla, and they're going to start transitioning to self-driving cars with their ride sharing service.
What? I missed that one.
Oh, I just threw a wrench in. My bad. But
yeah,
that's what's happening. That's
so
what's
like,
happening.
Wait, okay. Side note,
Rent cars as well. Hertz just did a deal with Tesla.
Yeah.
So if I call an Uber, there's not going to be a person in it. I'm confused.
Well, they didn't implement it yet, but it's on the way. Yeah, you could see videos of like some services that have it already. In like San Francisco, they do it.
Do I have a choice to get a regular driver? I'm trying to figure out.
That's a different conversation, because you might start off with having the choice, but is that just to walk you into not having that choice?
Then you got gas prices going up.
Then here's
gas prices are through the roof.
Hyperinflation.
$8 in Cali.
Y'all think it's just
no?
I don't want to get all conspiracy on y'all, but
so my thing is jobs. This is my other problem with virtual reality. Jobs.
Nah, they don't care about your job. They got those robot police dogs now. They running around jumping and stuff. They look mad agile. You saw the video, bro?
Just like the movie. What movie was that? Was it
iRobot?
iRobot.
Crazy.
That was in Black Mirror too.
Oh, it wasn't Black Mirror too.
Black Mirror predicts everything. They already knew that the metaverse was coming, but you guys are just getting hit.
I think it's a slow walk. I mean, even with social media, you know, like that's a different universe in and of itself.
Yeah.
So it's not like we haven't seen it already. It's just a different form at this point.